Good morning. It's January 5th, 2023. It's a Thursday. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are coming to you live every single day, giving you some tidbits, some advice, some sales acumen that would help all of you in your career. Thank you for those who have sent us some messages on all the platforms. We are actually on LinkedIn, obviously TikTok, and we're definitely on YouTube as well. We're getting some messages from folks across the area that have listened to us, given us some advice, some suggestions, some thoughts and questions, which we totally appreciate. We love this format. We love the platform, and we love the fact that we can help or try to help everybody. And if we always say this: if you could take one little thing out of what we say and make it work for you, then we're doing what we have to do, which is to help you be successful in whatever line of work you're in. We normally deal with salespeople, both from a retail corporate environment. We also deal with servers in restaurants. So we actually help restaurants gain a little better momentum from their staff in selling, cross-selling, upselling their products and services in the restaurants as well. So today's topic is about being persistent and consistent. A lot of salespeople forget about these two things. They know their wares, they know their products, they know what they're doing, but they forget about a couple of things. Being persistent is one of those things. It's not a matter of you present what you're doing, but you have to be persistent in your goal. So you have your goal, you have your motives, you have your know-how of what your product or services are. You have to be persistent in how you do it. There is an old saying that we used to deal with all the time, and it's persistence overcome resistance. If you think about that, the overcomes part is the sale. So persistency is going to overcome the resistancy. So when a customer is resistant, if you're not pushing a little harder, not being persistent about it, you may lose the sale, and 90% of the times you will lose it. That 10% of the time where you do get it, it might be a fluke, or they were just desperate that they needed your product. Not minimizing what you're doing, but the reality is, if you are persistent, it will get there a little bit easier and better for you. The consistency part, my father would always tell me years ago, if you're going to fight a war, you're not going to win a war by just throwing one grenade and sitting around and kind of waiting. You have to throw the grenade and keep on throwing and fight and attack and battle, whatever you have to do on a consistent basis in order to get there and win ultimately. And you equate that in sales, it's the same exact thing. You're persistent and you're consistent in your approach. So the consistency is what you do every day, and we all get up. We all do something on a regular basis. That is the consistency part of it. We want to make sure that you are being consistent and being persistent. So I'm sure you all know Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. What you may not know about Colonel Sanders, who was the inventor, and that was his brainchild, was the fried chicken called Kentucky Fried Chicken. He didn't do this until he was in his 60s. So, I mean, he was a lawyer, he was a steamboat captain, he was a ferry operator and a conductor, he was a farmhand. He did a ton of things, massive resume, obviously trying different things. So he was persistent in something. He was trying to get to somewhere. The consistency part of what he did was he never gave up. We can tell you the same story about Edison. Invented the light bulb, and you don't know who he is, but it took him 200 times to fail before the light bulb was actually invented and perfected. There is a story. I don't know how legitimate it is. I love telling it, but when you ask Edison, so you failed 199 times, he says, no, I didn't fail 109 times. I just know 199 ways not to build the light bulb. So if you think about that, I mean, it's a funny thing, but that's persistency and consistency. He was consistent in what he wanted to do and persistent in his approach, as was Sanders as well. You're going to fail, which is part of life and part of sales. You're going to not hit the mark every single second, but if you are persistent and consistent in your approach, you will get to your goal and to where you need to be easier, quicker, and probably with a better respect of yourself, because you know what you're doing now. And then next month, you're going to be a little bit more, and so on and so forth. So today, let's work on your consistency and persistent. And at the same token, let's go backwards for a little bit. A couple of days ago, we spoke about the positive mental attitude. You have to stick with a good attitude when you are persistent and consistent. You're going to hit a roadblock. You are going to fall. You are going to be blocked. It's life, and that's the sales life. If you're persistent and consistent in your approach, even though you hit these blocks, you go around it and keep on moving forward. If you have that mentality, you will succeed. I am telling you, like, the day is long. I've seen it thousands of times. We train it. I've seen it in so many different salespeople and how they maneuver. You're going to fail, but if you cannot be consistent and persistent in all your approaches, you will not succeed that quickly. Okay? That's our talk for today. Let's try to work on that. I hope your goals are doing well. It is Thursday. I'm sure that we're all having a banner week. It is the first week of the year. Don't fall back on the sight of your goals. I know that we have to keep on talking about that, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm your sales coach. And thank you so much for stopping by. Joe Castro here with you. Train to Succeed is what we like to do for you. Again, we're on LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. Have an amazing day. We will see you tomorrow. Go out and make it a great one. Take care.